In this video we're just going to take a look at the audio features in the Panasonic GH6. So the Panasonic line of cameras has always had a good set of audio features, lots of control over them, and the GH6 takes that a little bit further with some optional extras that we haven't seen before, like we switch the camera on and we've got this mic button here now right on the top next to the shutter button. So if we press that, that takes us directly into our audio menu, which is great because it's really useful to have quick access to that menu. And you can see we've got quite a few different options here, so we're just going to run through what's here in these options. This one in the top left is the level limiter. So if you've really got no interest in monitoring audio at all, you can have that set to on, and when the sound starts to clip in these red areas, the camera will try and compensate for that and try and reduce that clipping. The problem is it can make the audio sound a bit strange because it's constantly trying to change the levels up and down to sort of compensate with what's going on. So what I like to do is just switch that to off, and I will come in and always do the volume controls myself. So you can see I've got it set to -12. This camera standard is usually set to 0. The best way really to do this is different for all different external mics, obviously different setups and situations, but I find that 0 is just way too high. So if you were to, for example, just plug some headphones in and just monitor it at 0, you'll more than likely be able to hear everything in the background, maybe some traffic passing by outside through a closed window. You can hear clocks ticking. It's very, very sensitive. So I like to kind of bring that down, and I usually find around 12 is right, and then I can just sort of adjust it from there. That's around sort of the base level that I work from. Again, you know, you might find different levels work better for you, and especially if you're changing the gain level, this will, you know, affect that as well. So you just need to find the right settings that you want to use. If you're doing an interview, for example, get the person to talk at the kind of highest level that they would talk, or a few different kind of levels. Maybe get them to laugh, and then you can see roughly where you are in these levels. And then we've got some other options in here as well. So we've got like the internal gain. Oh, sorry, I talked about this without actually going through it. So you can drop this into low gain, and then you can see that it's ever so slightly, it's dropped the levels down ever so slightly there. Again, I don't really like using these sort of automatic features, the same as the limiter. So I would just keep that at standard, and there's nothing really more to say about that. That's really all it does. Mute is just completely removing the audio channels from the video capture, so we'll leave that on. Audio quality we can't change. You can sort of probably just about roughly see that one's greyed out, so we can't do it. 4-channel mic input we also can't do because you need the XLR1 adapter, which sits on the hot shoe of the camera. And then you can manage extra channels through XLR inputs. The monitor, that refers to headphone monitoring, so it's set by default to real time. You can have it just when it's recording sound, or real time is essentially all the time. I prefer it in real time so I don't have to record to hear what the levels are going to be like, but you might want to change that. And the monitor channels that come out in the audio, again, channel 1, 2 is kind of a standard. You may want to set that in different situations, especially maybe if you're doing 4-channel input, but as a sort of overview, that's kind of roughly what's there in the audio settings. So hopefully that's given you a bit of an idea of what you can do, and if you want to see more GH6 content, subscribe to the channel. If you've got any questions, just leave them in the comments.